Wow. What is up, guys? Welcome back. We're going to be jumping into game number 2, Hoist the Colors versus Think Twice. Think Twice playing a little bit slower, methodical game, but able to take that victory off of Hoist the Colors. I want to say pretty easily here. Hoist the Colors going to start out this drafting ban phase with a ban of Rampage.
Oh.
Again, they're taking the Rampage away, and Think Twice decided, you know what? Iggy and Scorch has got to go. Nobody wants a burning sensation today, Shane.
So, yeah, what we're seeing here, Rampage being banned out, Iggy and Scorch being banned out as well. And Think Twice, last game, they won.
Perfect. Thank you for your observation. Best caster NA, ladies and gentlemen, Shane Lynch. You're here first. Hoist the Colors picking up the Kwang. They don't want to see the Kwang Feng combo again. So Kwang picked up for Hoist the Colors. Think Twice is going to immediately answer back by picking up Feng Mao. Do we see them go with an Aurora pick to deny it, or you think, you know what, Hoist the Colors, it wasn't really that big of an obstacle for us to overcome, and just allow Hoist the Colors possibly pick up Aurora again?
Talkflick does so much work on Feng that I think they're going to continue to first pick him.
Yeah, and they do pick up Aurora.
Assuming we see Think Twice in the finals, if that is the case, I won't be surprised if every single first pick for Think Twice for the duration of today, they first pick Feng Mao every single time. Just because Talkflick is able to do so much work on that hero.
So Aurora picked up as well. Hoist the Colors here. They're going to be picking up the Bellica. I like that pickup. Take that away. Take that away from Think Twice here. Bellica is still and has been one of the heroes that we've seen in just about every match we've casted of competitive Paragon, Shane. She has just always been a powerhouse and continues to be a powerhouse. So Bellica picked up for the side of Hoist the Colors. Are we going to see another Sevarog pick, or do you think we're going to see possibly Richter Crunch in the jungle coming out of
Fatal's been favoring Sevarog quite a bit. He's really the only person we've seen him play it this weekend. So I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Just because that seems to be his comfort pick. Kwang isn't. I think if Kwang was available, I'm sorry, not Kwang. If Rampage was available, he probably would pick that over Sevarog. But again, another very early pickup of Drongo early on in the draft. Actually, that makes sense here because Think Twice hasn't established their ranged carry yet. So that actually this time around does make sense, and a Fossil really excels with that. Wraith is on the table though, and I think that's pretty much the next go-to carry for Think Twice would be Wraith, unless they want to switch it up and run like a Jungler Sparrow or something. But I think for the most part, we're probably going to see Wraith.
I definitely think we're going to see Apostle pick up that Wraith as well. There's the Wraith pickup for Apostle, which means this could be an Aurora support. I think we're going to see Talkflick on this hero. Steel, possibly Richter for clear cast. I want to see someone support Richter and do it successfully.
Clearcast did it last game.
We've seen better utilization of the hero in the jungle this entire weekend, and I just want people to understand. It's this weird. You like him in the jungle. I like him as a support. I've talked to a lot of competitive players who are like, no, I think he's a better support than he's a jungler, and then it's on the converse. I love that we have heroes that can be played in multiple positions. Absolutely. And played well. That's one thing Epic has always said.
I think it just boils down to player and team preference, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's going to be teams, I think, like Meds. He said that Richter, he played Richter in the jungler shortly after the new card system came out, and he's like one of the best junglers in the game. And now, obviously, Think Twice playing him as a support role. And say what you will about the current state of balance right now, and as of right now, the fact that players can separate themselves by playing heroes in a very specific way that is unique to them really speaks volumes about the design of that hero.
Yeah. Gideon picked up for the side of Think Twice, and then we also see a Gadget pick up for side of Hoist the Colors here, and a Sevarog Fatal Barrage back on Sevarog, which means we've got Steel or Richter here. This Richter pick from Clearcast, he did have a good first game with this hero. I hope we see another successful game. Clearcast and Apostle. This isn't a combo we've seen a lot of with the Wraith and Richter pickup. It's Steel or Bellica is what we've seen more so. But I think, again, Rewind into a Silence, into a Hook. possibly a skewer if they need it. This is still going to be a good combo and really work well for that Wraith carry in this particular game. Guys, there is your draft. This is going to be game number 2. Does Think Twice take the victory and head to the finals? Or does Hoist the Colors come back and move this to a game number 3? Let's find out right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Game number 2 between Think Twice and Hoist the Colors. Hoist the Colors coming into this as the underdog. Think Twice are the behemoth. They are the colossal team that have been the favorites and have been since the Paragon Exhibition 2017. Hashtag how do I pex? And as of right now, they're in an excellent position. It actually is not going to be Talkflit over on the Feng Mao. It is going to be Nerf as the jungler and is going to be an off-lane Aurora. Last game we saw Shirt play Aurora. He did a phenomenal job at freezing that lane, both literally and figuratively, and kept his tower alive for a long, long time. Shuriken and Talkflit, they have similar play styles, but I definitely want to see if Talkflit is going to use this here. I said how a Talkflit on Feng Mao, he used that here to apply pressure in lanes, and he doesn't really transition over to team fights that much. However, with Aurora, that's not really a hero that plays into that. Her wave clear is not that good at all. She's much more of a team fight hero. So I expect to see a little bit of a divergence from what we've seen from Talkflit normally, rotating a little bit more and putting less prioritization into applying pressure in the lane.
Ninja in the mid lane on Gadget. We saw him play Gadget the other day and play very successfully. Oracle, again, looking for that early mid-game gank. He's rocking Bellica here. They may be able to get it. I don't know if they have the kill potential this early. I could be wrong. He's just going to back off, get back in the lane, and help out 2v as pushing this tower up to the tier 2. The tier 1 tower right now. Shurik playing on Kwong this particular round. I really think this hero, Shane, even with the usability change, he's been a hero that we've seen a lot of. He's a very strong hero, and I think he excels in the offlane, especially you get that level 5.
Agree.
You start getting that level 5, you get that ultimate online. He has the capability to 2v1 very easily here. He is going against Apostle and Clear Class, so this is one of those things where he comes in at ultimates and you have that rewind and it pushes him back. So he's not going to be able to follow up as much, but proper rotations coming from his jungler, they may be able to pick up and punish this lane a little bit here once he starts getting those abilities online, which I hope we see, because we know just how strong Wraith is in that carry position and how good Clearcast plays Richter as a support.
Clearcast doing some jump roping.
We gotta work out. We gotta stay in shape. Cyborgs need to stay in shape as well.
I bet that sword of Kwong is like ridiculously heavy, and he's just really, really strong. First blood, it's gonna happen. Who's gonna get it though? Clearcast, the minions. Okay, Shurik's able to get it. He's probably gonna give up his life for it here.
Jugan and Jive.
Oh, the minions! It's always the minions. It's always the minions. It's the siege minion actually that confirmed the kill. But still, anytime you're an offlane, you're able to pick up a kill like that, a 1v2, that favors you considerably there. So Shurk already off to a pretty DC start.
We just said DC. Decent.
What can I say, man? Ninja.
Just blown up. Fatal Barrage rotated over. Unfortunately, he missed that subjugate. Still continuing to get aggressive on the Shinx here. He is going to have to escape. Clearcast is rotating in. The stun. Was that how did Nerf get knocked into the air? I didn't even see Oracle on the map.
I thought it was from the Steel Ultimate.
The Steel. I didn't even see Oracle. I don't even know how to see Oracle on the map. Must be a bug on my end. Shurik picking up another kill on.
Wow, Shurik is doing
Wraith.
work.
Oh, my game just crashed. That's why I didn't see anything. Okay, let me fix this.
Oh, got him. Shurik, he was able to pick up solo kill into a fossil. He's going to give up his life for it here. But still, the Kwong 4 minutes into the game already has 2 kills. One was a 1v2, the other one was a 1v1 here. So I won't be surprised if after that Think Twice decide to tell Clearcast, hey, stick with a fossil a little bit more, at least until a fossil gets a couple more levels and has the back it up online with the ward, so on and so forth here. I'm still very interested to see how Talkflit is going to play in this Aurora, because just being able to watch them during PEX, watching Talkflit as a player who's been on numerous teams now, he's always been he applies pressure on the map and then shows up to team fights, not really the other way around here. And Aurora just is a complete converse to what we normally see out of him. So he's a talented player. I'm sure he can switch up his play style on the fly, but we're really going to have to see if that's going to come to fruition here. The tier 1 tower, probably is going to fall a little bit earlier than I think a lot of us were expecting, considering this is an Aurora here. Already down to about a quarter HP. Toxic trying to do what he can, using all the abilities in the arsenal that Aurora has to try to deal with this. But yeah, they might have to tank a tower shot or two to get this tower down, but they are going to be able to drop it, which opens up a little bit maneuverability and room to breathe here for Hoist the Colors if they decide to maneuver across the map or continue to apply pressure on Tier 2 tower. That's something that we were expecting teams since we started this weekend to do a little bit more. We were waiting for Tier 2 towers to be pushed very, very early on, but that actually has not happened that often.
Mid lane here, Shinx getting aggressive on a Ninja. Fatal Barrage with a rotation in. He is just going to teleport away. I got to admit, so the Q out of Gideon is strong, but I like that Burden has more power now. In the past, Burden was just kind of an ability. It didn't deal much damage. It was their utilization, more of a utility ability. Now it actually deals significant damage on top of adding that utility of keeping a target slowed, making sure you're getting maximum usage of that ultimate, and also making it a little bit easier for you to land those cosmic rifts and deal a ton of damage. And that's what we were seeing out of Shinx there in that mid lane, being able to deal about 40 to 50% damage utilizing those two abilities. Clear Cast with the rotation. He's rotating up here behind Shurik, who Shurik has done really well so far. He's picked up 2 kills. We still have the rewind online and a silence. Is Apostle going to be able to use it? He is. He's going to rewind it right back to him. Hello, knock, knock. That's going to deal some damage. Clear Cast hits him with a silence, but Shurik is able to get back under the safety of that.
Give him the Szechuan sauce.
Oh, why are you going to rub that in? I had to cast yesterday and I didn't get to go get any. Disappointed, Shane.
That's okay. Won't be the first, won't be the last time.
That's probably true.
Nerf continue to be very proactive on the map. A double flank coming over here into the mid lane. The Astral Leap used Ford immediately uses the Cryosystem as well. So Ninja, no hope of getting out of there whatsoever. Nerf wasn't even really needed, but assisted nonetheless. Oracle landed the Seismic Assault, but that was a beautiful rotation. Ninja had no clue that was coming right there. And as we expected, Talkflit is being a little bit more aggressive on the map than we traditionally see him. And it's entirely because that's how you want to play Aurora right there. You don't want to be sitting in line farming. You don't want to be... If you're an Aurora and you're forced to deal with split pressure and dealing with waves pushing out to you, then you are not playing that hero in the way that hero is meant to be played.
Right.
Wow.
Slight gold advantage for the side of Think Twice, 34,000 to 33,000. We've got those possessed Sprikens online, 3 of them on the board already. Clearcast, Shinx, and Ninja have those cards online. Taskmaster online for Kwang. This is a card that we don't see utilized much in solo play. This is a card that we definitely see in comp play. It's a great card for allowing you to basically stop the freeze of your lane. You kill your ranged minions, and it makes the safe lane push into you. Gives you that advantage where you're not going to be fighting under a tier 1 tower. You'll be able to fight closer to your tower. And again, possibly set up for some of those rotations and ganks from the jungler. Shurik doing a really good job bullying a Fossil and Clearcast in this lane here. He's farming effectively. He's picking up kills and really being a nuisance and trying to deny a Fossil that farm.
Astral Leap, we don't see that much of, which after 4.3.3, I will probably see it a little bit more commonly here, but that's a card that really plays into Aurora. It takes her mobility and just double down on it. You don't have to use Glacial Charge or Frozen Simulacrum to use that to engage. Nailed it! And that's exactly what we saw as well. Blink, dating back for you old-timers, Blink Charm, not Blink Charm, wrong game. Blink, there's a whole Teleblink. That's the one. Teleblink was used pretty much on every caster hero in the game, and we haven't seen much utilization of Astral Leap. Whether that's a limitation to card slots or just because other cards are currently favored a little bit more, but any sort of card that gives you as much mobility as Astral Leap, the value in it is just much more than... It's in hands of the player to bring value out of it, but depending on the hero, can just change the course of the game if you're able to use that blink effectively.
Another card that we don't see a lot of is Lightstep Vanguard, the teleport to towers. I thought with the change to this map, we would see this card picked up a little bit more. It's a 3-cost card, I believe, and you just teleport to, used to be to Amberlinks as well, but those are gone. But now you can teleport to your towers. We're seeing Quick Exit, which is the gem that we see utilized a lot more. Max movement speed for 8 seconds is too good to pass up on. A 3-man rotation, 4-man rotation over here to take out Shurek. They want to punish him for everything he's done so far, and that's exactly what they do. They're going to pick up that kill on Shurek. They're not going to be able to take this tower, but they do pick up the kill on Shurek. But yeah, Lightstep Vanguard was a car I thought we were going to see more of. A quick exit's the way to go. 10 minutes into the game, we've got our growth totems online. We do got a little bit of still not a massive lead, about a 3,000 gold lead for the side of Think Twice. But growth totems are now online, Shane. Between the 8 minute 30-second and about the 11 minutes is really when you see those cards come online to maximize the passive, the 1 power and 20 max health every minute.
Pau Blaru.
Mid lane, bumping of heads, possible engagement here. Oracle's going to rotate in. He's going to miss that seismic assault. They're going to turn on him pretty quickly, and they're just going to delete him off of the map. Fatal Barrage is going to get hooked, and he's also going to get skewered as well, and down goes Fatal Barrage. They're going to continue up this aggression. Here comes the rewind. Tubi is going to be in a lot of trouble. If Clearcast can land this ultimate, he's slowed by that burden. There's the slow. We do see Toxflit under the tower. He's going to hit him with that hamstring and pick up a kill onto Tuvi as well. 3 down. Are they going to push a tower here? It does look like they're going to take down this tier 1 tower. It should be. This is the 2nd tower of the game, but it's the first one to the side of Think Twice.
This game has been a little bit more passive than what we saw, especially from game number 1 of the previous, the first time that we casted Think Twice thus far. I think they're respecting Hoist the Colors a little bit more going into it. Maybe they were feeling a little bit too cocky. They still were able to take the game, but there were engagements they took that seemed a little overzealous and cocky. This time they're playing more strategical, playing with a little bit more respect towards their opponents. Still in a great position here. But the tier 1 tower picked up at 11 minutes. That's actually pretty slow for Think Twice traditionally for what we see them.
We saw a passive game out of them last game. They did take towers a little bit sooner, but they did play a little bit more passively than we're used to seeing Think Twice play. I want to say maybe it's respect for Azura's Rage. I'm sorry, Hoist the Colors, and they don't want to let these guys come online because Hoist the Colors does have some very skilled players on their roster. Tower dive over here. They are going to pick up that tier 1 tower. Shurek is trying to land in that tether. Unfortunately, he's going to miss it. Ninja with the rotation over Burden, just keeping him in place. There's the black hole on top of the Tesla Dome. Shinx has got to be very careful. Sticky Bomb is going to get that kill there. Apostle now in trouble. He's trying to get that kill onto Ninja. He's not going to be able to do it. Fatal Barrage and both Shurek are there. Shurek is going to land that tether. Toxflit with a nice blink in. He does land that ultimate onto 2. Fatal Barrage.
Oh, man.
There's the big hammer from Fatal Barrage trying to keep everybody alive, but does look like he's going to fall here finally.
I was Think Twice still alive.
Shurek somehow able to live. Is he going to continue to be aggressive? If he's not, he's going to stand here in the safety of this tower. Great rotation coming out of Toxflit there, landing that ultimate, being able to pick up that kill into Fatal Barrage. 2B does fall as well on the map. Nerf was able to pick up that solo kill near that tier 2 tower. Well done. I'm not sure how Think Twice lived after all of that came out, but they were able to definitely a better engagement for Think Twice than Hoist the Colors.
Woo! That Aurora ultimate from Toxflit, man. He blinked in there and got him. Ninja, Shinx, he just sort of tanked a full duration Tesla Dome. He committed the black hole really, really early, and I questioned that at first. It worked out for him there. They're definitely maybe a little bit more patience being displayed from Shinx. That fight could have been slightly more favorable towards them, but that Ninja was barely able to get away, despite the fact that he was inside of the black hole, as well as the rest of the roster of Think Twice. They're even off of the heels of that. Think Twice, man. They're not going to let this moment go without any sort of action. And that's what Nerf goes in, uses the Colossal Blow, actually bounces off of 2V to not get hit by the Subjugate, allows Shinx so much focus going into Nerf Nerf was zoning out so many members of Hoist the Colors that it allowed the rest of their roster to find Oracle and pick him off. It is a support, but still, utilization of the torn space immediately over to the Ward Prime here. Hoist the Colors know about it because they've walked over a Ward, but they're going to have to be very, very quick if they want to contend this. And I like what Shirk is doing here. He's applying split pressure. I think this is the best call that they can possibly do.
Ninja's got a Tesla Dome online. Is he able to drop this and be able to pick up the steal? There's the ultimate going down. Ninja's got it down.
Might go in too early. He's not going to be able to get it. Close. Kwong?
He does pick up the kill on Nerf, though. But as you said, Kwong is split pushing Shane. Shane, that's a tier 2 tower being attacked by Kwang right now.
Is it going to be an inhibitor? No, they're backing.
Does he get aggressive? Does he go aggro and try to deal damage to this inhibitor?
He's got to be careful not to die. Because he's level 11. If he dies, he's going to be off the field for like 10 seconds.
He's going to die. Wow.
I'm not sure. You know what? I think he just said, I'm going to be down for 40 seconds. But me dying is going to create more space for us to survive through this inevitable Orb Prime push. It's very hard to calculate that. Is my death worth it for the amount of space and the amount of pressure, counter pressure that it is applying here? Only time is going to tell. 20 seconds, he'll be back on the field. Hoist the Colors. All of the waves are pushed out decently for them. Obviously left lane, but looking at mid lane and right lane. They're doing what you need to do in this sort of situation to keep your inhibitors and your tier 2 towers alive. And that's just avoid a full 5-on-5 fight and just push the waves, push the waves, push the waves.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that push from Shirk was actually not a horrible call.
I agree.
They sent 3 people over to rotate and deal with him pushing an inhibitor. They could have just sent 1 to deal with minions. What they've done now is what Shirk did is exactly like you said. He created space. It took 3 or 4 of them to rotate over, pick up the kill on Shirk. He created space, and they lost a lot of time with that Orb Prime. Yes, they're still going to have time because it lasts. It doesn't just fall off, and we've got 3 minutes here of Orb Prime activated. But he created space. They're going to get aggressive again on Shirk here. Both Apostle and Shinx rotating behind him. I think Shirk knows it's coming. He's trying to get away. That space turd, does it hit?
Shirk is just trying to make him chase him. That's all he's trying to do. And he's actually doing a decent job. He's forced a big rotation out of them. They pretty much abandoned mid lane at there to rotate over to left, and Shirk continuing. He's splitting this lane in half. Now, there is going to come a point where Think Twice is going to go, okay, Shirk, you can do this. We're just going to 5v4 your mid lane with Orb Prime online. But Shirk's going to have, it's going to be pretty soon, Shirk's going to have to fall back if he wants to defend his inhibitor.
Which I think is the best play at this point. You may be able to exchange inhibitor for inhibitor, but if you allow your team to get wiped, you just lost the game for your team.
Pick up a tier 2 tower and start to fall back. They actually are afraid to push a mid inhibitor. Think Twice, afraid to push a mid inhibitor 5v4. That's something we really don't see that often.
I think that comes down to Orb Prime falling off.
Yeah, I agree.
Is going to don't go that way, Shirk. Decide not to go through the jungle. Apostle and Shinx rotating around. Shirk is going to get away here. I like the pressure he's applying to the map. He's not a threat in these engagements, but he's applying pressure to the map and making Think Twice think about the decisions they're making. They're thinking twice about pushing an inhibitor in the mid lane. I had to do it. I apologize. I had to do it.
That's your quota has been met for bad puns. I haven't done a bad pun today.
Not one.
Because I don't do bad puns.
Hot fire. Fire that is hot. That's how you are the meme master.
Shirk is just like keeping Hoist the Colors in this game. Like what he's doing, his decision making has been so on point. Like normally you would see a Kwong pushing that deep in enemy territory. Like, what are you doing? But in this situation, it's literally just kept his inhibitors alive. I don't see a situation where Think Twice doesn't come away with an inhibitor other than what just happened.
Right. They're more confident in the push if all 5 are there. Taking every team engagement. So they're, okay, we've got 5 here, we take this team engagement, but at the same time, if you lose 1 or 2 in a team engagement, Shirk's now taking a tower, an inhibitor, and it gives you the chance for Hoist the Colors to win the game and take this to a game number 3. That being said, it's Think Twice. They decide to make another concerted push here. That's exactly what they can do. They're going after Shirk. They're tired
On
of
my screen, they still have Orb Prime. I'm like, wait, how long does it last?
It's the world's longest Orb Prime.
Even with it here, this is just good heads up. They recognize that there's 2 people on the right side of the map, immediately rotating over to the opposite side of the map. The hook lands from clear cast. And that's going to be all she wrote. Sure, the nuisance who was keeping Think Twice from achieving their goals is off of the map for 45 seconds with a wave pushing down the barrel of left lane. That's going to force them back 4v5 defending Nor or Prime. But this time, this is Think Twice in their comfort zone. This is what they want to do. Clearcast goes for the hook. Doesn't land a 3-man subjugate from Fatal as well as on top of a Tesla Dome. This is really what they need, but the Delta split from Think Twice is a little bit too good. Here comes Shinx. The black hole is there. There's no interrupt. They're just getting sucked into it right now. There's nothing they can do as they're getting torn across the map as well as the Cryosism bouncing. 1, 2, make it 3. And they are getting torn apart right now as Think Twice are saying, we are tired of these split push shenanigans. We're going to take you off the map, take your inhibitor, fall back and continue to apply pressure. Mid lane inhibitor is the next target that they have marked for Think Twice.
That was all set up because of that rewind from Apostle into the hook. Clear cast, making that a 4v5 engagement. Solid engagement coming out. Talk flip there, going back in, landing the 3-man ultimate there, and just able to pick up 2 inhibitors really quickly. Yes, Elaine's pushing into them, but they picked up 2 inhibitors. They picked up 3 kills. They're backing up, and they're going to set up to possibly end this game.
They're in a winning position, no doubt about that. Very rarely do we see teams come back from a 2-inhibitor deficit, especially because Hoist the Colors have not been on enemy territory for a long, long time. At this point, Hoist the Colors are just playing to keep themselves into the game, and that's almost always a recipe where you just slowly start to lose over a course of time. We haven't really talked about the economics of this game thus far, Notch, but taking a look at the numbers, no surprise, Think Twice has about a, what was that, 110,000 gold to about 88,000. So that lead is
about a million, a million
it's
gold.
it's something like that. It's plus or minus a couple.
Right. 109 to 88, I believe, is what it was. 109 to 5. What it is. So they've got themselves quite the lead. Ninja has picked up a Domain of Stillness. We've got Plague Lord Malnik out for Shinx. This is the ability that slows movement speed of nearby enemies. We've got 3 Unbroken Spirits. If they get hit by CC coming out of Oracle or the root of Fatal Barrage. No. I apologize. It's the CC from Oracle. They will get that 12% health, Shane.
Oh, I love this. This is something we haven't seen done very often. And that is the ultimate of Wraith, just used on 4 members. And I think Hoist the Colors knows about it. They have all these wards in the surrounding area. Their cast lands the hook on the Fatal. He's very tanky. If he can survive this engagement, they might find an opportunity to turn this around. But as of right now, it's Fatal 1v3 while the rest of his team is being divided and they're trying to conquer. Nerf takes down Fatal. 2B trying to do what he can. If Fossil gets knocked up, is the damage there? Fossil's taking a lot of damage here. He needs some help. He needs assistance there, so he might for himself. That's the assistance they need right there. Shinx coming in, but the stasis bomb negating it. The huge anchor dropping down. Shinx got a triple off of a single cast of Cosmic Rift right there. That was beautifully done right there. You want to talk about value. You want to talk about a game-winning ability. That's what Shinx just did right there, and that's going to be all she wrote. No doubt about it. Signed, sealed, soon to be delivered to the finals is Think Twice.
What a good game from Think Twice right there. Just solid engagements all around. The way these guys play as a team, Shane, their rotations, their engagements, the way they coordinate is absolutely fantastic. Picture perfect. Got to give it up to Think Twice. Good Hoist the Colors, congratulations making this far. Hopefully we'll see you in the next event, but we have our final today, guys. We'll be jumping into the finals next. Head over to the Matcherino, !Matcherino, and chat. Help support these teams. Any of the prize money we gain today goes directly to these players. Thank you guys as always for supporting the competitive scene. We're going to take a quick break and jump right back into the finals when we get back.